Here we again have a disk that has a radius of 55 centimeters, and it's rotating with an angular velocity of 3.4 radians per second, and we want it to carry a total angular momentum of 6.2 kilogram meters squared per second. So we want to find out what the mass of the disk must be so that it has a given angular momentum. Well, we're talking about the angular momentum of a disk. That is a rigid body, right? It's not a point particle. It's an extended object. We are going to assume that it's rotating about an axis through the center of the disk, and thus we can say that the angular momentum is going to be the moment of inertia times the angular velocity. In this case, we know what the desired angular momentum is. We know what the desired angular velocity is, and we're trying to design the disk so that these two desired values are satisfied. That means that we're going to have to design the disk so that it has the proper moment of inertia. Well, if we are going to use the moment of inertia, we're going to need to know what the moment of inertia of a disk is, and thankfully we can use a table so that we don't have to calculate the value ourselves. So here we have our table of moments of inertia. We're talking about a disk. A disk is just a very short cylinder, but we can see here that the moment of inertia should be 1/2 mr squared. So in the place of the moment of inertia, we can write 1/2 mr squared. And then we can see here that the moment of inertia depends on the mass, and the mass is what we're trying to design for. Now we can plug in the values that we want to solve, that we want to have happen. Notice here the radius is 55 centimeters, but if we want all of our units to be in the proper form, we need to convert that to meters. 55 centimeters is 0.55 meters. And then we have our 3.4 radians per second. Now we can solve here to find the mass. And we find that the mass should be 12.06. Mass should be measured in kilograms, and we should round this to significant figures. So we need this disk to have a mass of about 12 kilograms, so that when it rotates at a certain speed, it carries a certain angular momentum.